I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Let's start. Hey guys, good morning. I wanted to ask a question. How many of you struggle with committing yourself? And when I say committing yourself, just in general, it could be anything that you're trying to be purposeful in. It could be a relationship. It could be your life's purpose, like your life's goal. It could be committing yourself to going to work on time, going back to school, whatever it is. How many of you actually struggle with committing yourself to something that you feel you're destined for, committing yourself to purpose? Because I struggle with that. I struggle with committing myself to my purpose. If you have been following me now for some time, I may have mentioned Diaries of Our Souls. If you're watching this video is also uploaded in the group on Diaries of Our Souls. I've had Diaries of Our Souls for over 2.5 years as a group on Facebook, as an Instagram page. And what I'm currently trying to do is actually make this a business, make this a brand. And you never really realize how hard it is to establish yourself in another way, in a business way, until you get there. It's a process. And I've learned that at times I'm so stagnant. Like, there are times where I just don't want to do anything with Diaries of Our Souls, or I'm being lazy and procrastinating, just tons and tons and tons of excuses. And it made me start thinking like, yo, how am I trying to start a damn business and I'm not committed to the purpose? And as I started thinking on that, obviously it made me feel, how many other people struggle with that? How many other people struggle with trying to identify why they can't push through, why they can't start? And have you ever thought that maybe you're just not committed to your purpose? You know, we come up with the excuses of, oh, I have the everyday life of being a mother, having a job, I don't have the income to start a business, yada, 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 right? Or we love to use the excuse of fear and doubt. Well, I'm afraid that it's not going to be what I want it to be. It's not going to turn out the way that I envision. People are not going to support me. And those are things that I struggle with. Those are things that literally I think about on a daily basis. And it's caused me not to commit to my purpose. But I had to dig a little deeper. I had to say like, okay, it just can't be because I'm afraid of fear, or I am afraid of the judgment of the things that I want to talk about or the things that I want to share. It has to be something deeper. And I've concluded the reason why I can't fully commit to my purpose is because I don't know how to fully commit to myself. I'm not all the way loyal with myself. And if I'm not loyal to myself, to the capacity that I want to be, I'm not safe with myself. And it's crazy. It's crazy to have this mind, have this brain, have this creativeness, just have this feeling of wanting to be so intentional, but not doing it because you're not true to yourself. You're not vulnerable to yourself. You know, I am known as a straight shooter. I try to tell you the truth, whichever way it comes. My intentions are never to hurt anyone. I'm just an honest person, truthful, and I just try to be real. But at the core of me, there's so much more. And what I've done, and maybe you've done this as well, is you focus on who you are at the surface, not who you are at the core. Because if you dig much deeper into who you are, you'll realize that there's parts of you you don't love yet. There's parts of you you don't respect yet. There's parts of you that you are not healed in yet. And that made me realize that I don't commit 100% to my purpose because I'm not fully safe fully aware, fully intentional with who I am, with what I'm trying to be. And so with that, I came up with, well, how can I commit myself to my purpose? How can I be more intentional of being safe and vulnerable with my own self at the core of me, at the core of who I am, not what I try to portray myself off as, not what others may perceive, but who truly, in all essence, I am. And I came up with strategy. In order for me to evolve, I have to find a strategy. I have to learn how to strategize. And maybe that's going to work for you. Maybe you've been looking for an answer, for some type of clue to say, hey, how can I commit myself to this business? How can I commit myself to this marriage, to this relationship, to this job, to going back to school, whatever it is? Maybe it's coming up with a strategy that's going to work for you. And when you do a strategy, it doesn't have to be this whole outline from beginning to end and you have it figured out. Just a strategy on look, recognizing, acknowledging, accepting that you're not committed to your purpose. That's starting somewhere. And just going after it, going forward. We hear so often, I speak so often on purpose this and purpose that, and go follow your dreams and be your best. But you can't be your best if you're not your best, if you're not safe with being absolutely all of you. And growth and knowledge and wisdom, those things do take time to learn. It does take time to fully become you. But becoming you should not stop you from being loyal to who you are at the core. Because who you are at the core is the person that needs to mature. It's the person who's going to be purposeful. It's the person who's going to be intentional. And it's the person who's going to commit every goddamn thing they got to going after it. And I wanted to share that. I wanted to share it because, as y'all know, what I go through, what I learn, what I get an idea of, I'm going to share it. So I hope that this helps you and it really inspires someone. And that's all, y'all. God bless.